Go ahead, bro. What you were saying?
Yeah, you know, that's why the Most High allowed the situation to happen upon us. We see all this judgment happening upon Jakes throughout the world. The Most High gave that power to Esau as a whipping stick, you know, to beat us. Why? Because we don't observe the law. You know, that's why we're in the condition that we're on now, and that's why the Ephraimites are suffering in Purto right now, because they went against the Most High. You know, he's using the Esau as a whipping stick.
I got a quick precept.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
There's an old saying that says in the world, to whom much is given, much is required. So the Most High give us the commandment for life, because the commandment is life itself. When you follow the commandment, you know how to eat right, how to do what is right for you to live, you know?
Yeah.
But when you go against the commandment, it brings death, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It was written, Moses said, choose ye this day life or death. Because he was basically implying that if you choose to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, that brings life upon you. But if not, it's going to be death and destruction.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. So I got a quick precept to go with that. It's Hebrews 10 and I'll start at 30. For we know him that have said, vengeance belong unto me. I will recompense, said the Lord, and again the Lord shall judge his people. Right? And in 31 it said, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's what exactly happened over there to the Puerto Ricans, the so-called Puerto Ricans, okay, on their island. All right? They fell into the hands of the living power, man, because they didn't follow the statutes that was given. It's been a joke on to them for so long, man, that now they ended up in the hands of the living power, and he has judged his people. Okay, so that's why they don't have no power, that's why they don't have no food, that's why all the calamities that they're befalling on them right now, you know what I'm saying, how they're going to feed their kids, so on and so forth, man.
Right. And now, let's make this clear, right? Because was it Ephraim'S city, bro?
I got it right there.
Hosea 11.
Go ahead, brother.
Hosea 7 and 11. Let me start it. Hosea 7 and 11. Ephraim also is a silly dove without heart. They call to Egypt, they go to Assyria. When they shall go, I will spread my net upon them. I will bring them down as the fowls of the heaven. I will chastise them as their congregation have heard.
You see that? Ephraim is a silly dove. That, and when it talks about Assyria and Egypt, those are known common enemies, right, to the Hebrew Israelites. So when you read the comment boards and you read what's going on, you're hearing a lot of cries out into Donald Trump. You're hearing cries out into the U.S. government, right? You're hearing cries out into the so-called white man, which we proved through the scriptures, which is so-called enemy, when the brother read in Jeremiah, the 17th chapter, right, that we would discontinue from the heritage, and we would serve our enemies in a land which thou knowest not. So now, and when you're looking at it from, I got you, brother, when you're looking at it from a carnal level, Donald Trump is clearly a racist, man. This guy is clearly a racist, right? You see how fast the reaction was to Houston when that calamity came upon him, and how fast it was to Florida, but now he's dragging his feet on Donald Trump, because instead of calling to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right, your real power, you're calling to the so-called white man. You're calling to the so-called white man to come save you and to deliver you. But the Heavenly Father said he cast the net and he's going to chastise you, man. He's going to beat you, man, with the rod, right? Because the U.S. government ain't coming to help. It's all systematically designed that they they purposely, their intent is to totally annihilate the island, man. And to go further than that, their intent is to annihilate our people. Hold Revelations 12 and 12, right? And we're gonna go to the beginning of this battle, because it's a spiritual battle, man. It has nothing to do with flesh. It's a spiritual battle, right? From the beginning, from when they allowed Puerto Ricans to become U.S. citizens, it was at the start of the First World War, so they could send them over there for war, and that was it. That was it. It wasn't so that they could greet you guys in as U.S. citizens and sing Kumbaya and do camp roast fires. It wasn't for that, man. It was all financial. When you go into the relationships of Esau and Jacob here on this planet, we were sent over here to serve slavery. Every relationship that we have is all financial. It's all business. None of it at all is pleasure, unless Esau was raping the women of our nations. That's it. That's it. You ask something?
Yeah, I said that real quick. Now, this is Hosea chapter 7, verse 1 and 2. When I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria, for they commit falsehood. And the thief comes in, and the troop of robbers spoil without. You know,
Who's the thief is Esau, man. The
Yeah.
so-called white man. Get read that scripture again, bro, and break it down.
sure. And he said, when I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria, for they committed falsehood. And the thief comes in, and a troop of robbers spoil without. Because you talk about Ephraim. You know, when the Mosai try to heal them, try to get them to come back to, how do you heal somebody? By bringing them back to the law, by bringing them back to the Most High. When he try to heal them, and how he healed them, he sent prophets to go bring out the word. And when the prophet tried to heal them by bringing out the word, trying to get them to stop their wickedness, they didn't want to. And what happened? The Most High allowed the enemy to sneak right into the land and to torture them and to destroy them. And that's what goes on in Ephraim right now. You know? Because I'm sure the Most High reach out to many of them, but of course they're not going to listen because they're stubborn people. That's what the Most High allowed the youth to stoop in. Now they're in Ephraim right now. You think they're going to help Ephraim? No, they're not going to help Ephraim. They have a motive down there.
Right.
You know? And the motive is to destroy as many as you people.
Right.
Many as you can.
Right.
As you can.
Right.
You know?
And it's time for these so-called Puerto Ricans to wake the hell up, man. The time for kissing Esau's asses is done, man. This man has declared war on our people, hands down, man. It's being made more evident, man. It's being the time for when you read the comment boards, you got people saying, oh, help! You know, you're asking for help for what's that? Are they going to Egypt for help?
I got it right here.
Now,
You got it.
After that one, read that, bro. After come with he brought his children to the murder.
Now, before we bring this out, now this is one more he said. And like he said, how they cried to Egypt to help, right? And they considered not in their heart that I remember all their wickedness, nor their own doing have beset them about, they are before my face. Like it's in the scripture, they consider not in their heart that I know about all their wickedness. Now they over there crying to Esau for help, but they forget about all the evil shit that they have done.
Right.
You know, instead of repenting, they want to go call Esau.
Right.
You know, and that's when the Bible read that scripture.
Because the Most High is our Savior.
Yeah.
He's through Yahweh Shai is our deliverer, right? Yahweh Shai is the intercessor to the Most High, Yahweh. That's the name that you got to call upon.
And if I might say, and it says in Deuteronomy 28:68, no man shall save you, shall buy you, redeem you, only Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Right. Good point.
I want to read Isaiah 31, I'm starting at the top, verse 1. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help.
Yeah, death and destruction to them that go into Egypt, bondage, right? Your enemies, man. Again, the nation of Egypt was an enemy. We were held in captivity in the land of Egypt. There's nothing new underneath the sun, right? The Egyptians had us in captivity. Now it's the so-called white man, which is Edom. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
And America is modern day Egypt.
Right.
Look in the back of the dollar
That's
bill.
right. You look on the back of the dollar bill, they have the same customs as Egypt, the same custom as Babylon, the same custom as Rome, right? That last empire, that last empire that had all these, that took on all these customs.
Yeah, I was just want to say something. The same people that were enslaved in Egypt is the same people that was enslaved in America. So there's no difference. The Egypt back then is the same Egypt here, because like America is the spiritual Egypt, because that's where the children of Israel was in slavery, you know.
The new one of this song. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because there are many.
Yeah, and that's the cry. Why don't you send the U.S. Navy? Why don't you send boats down here? You know, you're trusting on help of men, man, instead of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
But in their eyes, they think America's still powerful.
Right,
That's why they're calling on them.
Right, you think America, right? Go ahead, brother.
And in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
Clean, cut, and dry, and that's the main message of this. The main message that we're trying to convey to you people is, not only is not so-called white, we did it. Not only is the so-called white man not going to help you, he's the reason for all your destruction. And his plan is, his intention is to totally annihilate you and destroy you.
And then if I may add this part, now you would think that the people in the so-called Purto would take the example of Haiti, how when the tsunami comes in and destroy the island, the earthquake comes in and destroy the island, you know, and people got completely annihilated, you know. There was suffering all over the island with Haiti. And what was the so-called leaders doing down there? They was pleading to Egypt for help. Egypt comes to help. What did they do? They came in, seized the oil, seized the gold, and kidnapped a bunch of people. And when the organ donor, they would kill people and take their organ.
Money on the black market.
On the black market, but yet they're not talking about that in the news media.
Right.
But that's what they're doing, you know.
And that's what they're preparing to do to Ephraim too.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more meat in verse Hosea 7. It's a lot more in there. If you go to
You want to bring it up, brother?
yeah. If you go to verse 8, it says, Ephraim, he has mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth not.
Yep.
Yea, gray hairs are here, and they are upon him, yet he knoweth not. Okay? Because the time that went by. And he don't understand that the Lord's not playing with him no more. You see what I'm saying?
It says Ephraim's a silly dog. What?
Yeah,
they like to joke around.
They still in playing, but he has turned old.
That's
He
right.
doesn't understand the time that we're in right now. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't understand the time that we're in right now. They don't understand the time that we're in right now. You get what I'm saying? So the time has came back to the people have to turn back onto the Most High, like I'm going to read in the next verse. In verse 10, and it said, and the pride of Israel testified to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their power, nor seek him for all this.
Yeah, and you're going to have a lot of people that are coming in to come aboard to this video or period videos like such and say it's not him, it's not God, and God's not doing all these things, but the point is gonna go over their head and not gonna turn back to the power of the Most High. And these are the people that gotta suffer this calamity.
Yeah.
So these are the people that gotta suffer. The people that suffered in the flood were the people that didn't hearken to Noah, right? The people that didn't hearken to the people that died from that natural calamity of Sodom and Gomorrah, from the Egyptian calamity, when the Egyptian army got drowned in the sea. All those people that didn't listen to people that's gonna perish by what's to come. Give me Sirach chapter 12 verse 10 real quick. And hold you let them get it. You get that he sends this.
I got you.
Whoever gets it first.
No, close it.
12 and 10, right?
No, whoever got it first.
12 and 10?
Yeah.
It says, Sirach 12 verse 10, it says, never trust thy enemies.
Yeah, so again, right? Esau is an enemy, man. So-called white man is an enemy. He's not your friend. He's not your friend. He's proving that he's not your friend, man. Donald Trump is not your friend. Anybody, any so-called Puerto Rican that calling on Donald Trump for help is a fool, man. It's a fool. Like, we live in a time where we had it so that we was gonna go into the so-called white man being the devil, but now that we rolling on this lesson, Donald Trump, he's proven that he's your enemy, man. I mean, if we gotta sit here and prove to you that Donald Trump is your enemy, then I don't know what to tell you, man.
You lost.
You're gone, man.
That's right.
Y'all are asking Donald Trump for help. This is the state that our people have come down to, man. This is the vibration that we underneath, man. That you asking for Donald Trump help. The scriptures say, never trust our enemy. Go ahead, bro.
For like as iron rusted.
Yeah, it's a sure bet, basically, right? It's something you could bet on. Floyd Money Mayweather fighting, put your money on him.
That's right.
Because the nigga ain't never lost.
That's right. That's
You may not like him, you may not, we can have whatever opinion you want on him. The nigga ain't never lost.
That's
So
right.
it's a sure bet. Right? When fall comes, the winter time is gonna come. That's something you're gonna put your bet on.
That's right.
Put your money on that. If you trust your enemy, that nigga gonna backstab you, dude.
That's inevitable.
I gotta read this.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. You finish that.
Yeah, he's gonna do some reading.
So it says,
Yeah.
never try thy enemies, for For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right.
Though he humble himself and go crouching.
Yeah, he humbles himself. We're gonna send the armada down on the Puerto Rican citizens, and you're gonna have white people that say shit like this. This is how white supremacy works, man. They understand that it's a balance. That's why they give you the Democrat, and then they give you the Republican. That's why when you got police officers, one police officer saying play the good cop, the other one gonna play the bad cop, man. Esau knows how to mind fuck our people, man. He knows how to have people, send people saying, oh, we need to help them, and we're gonna go down there, and we're gonna send a grid, we're gonna send supplies, and we're gonna get the power lines. Y'all gotta learn to look at the bigger picture, man.
Yeah.
Learn to look at the bigger picture.
That's right.
I'm going to read it in the next scripture. When you get down to the bottom of that verse.
Okay.
Yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah, take good heed when you get to speaking. Always keep one eyebrow up, man. Keep your antennas up, man. Go ahead, bro.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had a wipe looking glass, and thou shalt know that his wrath had not been altogether
What that mean,
wiped
looking
away.
away? That means when Jake say, nigga, I see right through you. That's what the scripture is telling you to do, man. You see right through Esau's bullshit, man.
That's right.
You look right, you see through Donald Trump's bullshit. It ain't just Donald Trump. Well, we gotta use Donald Trump because the Heavenly Father put this dude in office just to try to show you people who the damn devil is, man.
That's right.
I mean,
Who the devil is? Go ahead, bro.
if a prime example is when we at camp. You see Esau walking by humble as a dove,
Right.
you know? But when the scriptures start warning, that's when that devil horn really start showing up. Yeah.
He's the devil. The devil
Yeah.
goes back to the Latin diablos, which means deceiver.
Yeah.
He is great at deceiving you, man. He
Yeah.
talks all nice, yeah, bomb thing.
Yeah.
He'll talk like that, right, with a nice, sweet voice, talking
Yeah.
about population control, man.
Smooth as butter.
Smooth as butter, talking about wiping people out.
Yeah. But war was in his heart. A sword was under his tongue.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
what
let me read this in Ecclesiastes 13, and I'll start at 1, and it goes right with that because it's going to go into trusting on the rich person. It says, he that toucheth pit shall be defiled therewith, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. So that's telling you, you attach yourself to this filthy society, man, you're gonna become like the people in this filthy society. That's number 1. And then it says, burden not thyself above the power, while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. What's that mean? That means don't go on to them asking them for help, because this is what's going to happen. All right? It says, for how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together, for if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken. So what part's going to get broken? The earthy pot, because metal hitting the earthy pot smashes it. So the metal pot is a metaphor for the rich, because he's mightier than you, okay, with his money, okay? And it says, for how agree the kettle and the earthy pot together, for it is the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken. The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threatened with all. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. So what the fuck y'all got for Mr. Donald Trump down there? Y'all don't have nothing for him to give because y'all already in debt. Y'all in so much debt. Why is he gonna run down there to help y'all?
Moss brought up a beautiful point last week. He said the reason why America is not swift to go help Puerto Rico is because Puerto Rico is already a U.S. territory.
Yeah.
Right? Haiti wasn't a U.S. territory. Anywhere that there's a calamity that happens, there you can find Esau because he has something to gain.
Yeah.
Right? So because U.S. is Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, and not only they are U.S. territory, they're a head tribe. He's looking for the destruction of them. He's not looking to help them out.
That's right.
But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
And they have nothing. There's nothing to gain down in the island of Puerto Rico. So he's gonna forsake you guys. That's why he's telling you you guys gonna go months without power. That's wicked as hell. They got U.S. Navy vessels that'll generate the power in that island in no time, man.
Yeah.
No time. They could send enough generators from here to power that island in no time, man.
Don't they have naval vessels already down there? They already surround Puerto Rico. That's where they go to.
There's a military base
Yeah,
down there.
it's a military base. They go down there to check out the ships and everything. I heard.
It
You know
was
what I'm
down there
saying?
testing bombs out on
Bombs
Puerto
and
Rico, no
everything.
problem. But when
Yeah.
it come down to go save Puerto Rico,
It's a facility
they know where
down
to be
there.
found.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
And also, Guantanamo Bay is around the corner. It's in Cuba,
there.
so it's right there. If they want to help, they could just.
I mean, the United States of America is right around. That's in the backyard,
Yeah,
man.
it's right there.
The United States government is halfway across the world in Afghanistan, bombing away, but right there in their backyard. It's forsaken. Like the scriptures say, Puerto Rico is going to be forsaken, man. Go ahead, read that scripture.
Verse,
get that meat. Man.
verse 11.
Yeah.
Though he humble himself and go crouching,
Yeah, though
yet
he humble himself, you know what that means? He act like a so-called white man.
Right.
Yeah, guys, Puerto Rico, he humbles himself, man. He appears to be a good guy, man. Glasses on, white collar shirt. Go ahead, bro.
Yet take good heed and be aware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped or looking glass, and thou shalt know that his wrath had not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, there's something funny about him, man. In other words, know that this guy has an alternative motive, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12. Send him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my word and be pricked the with.
Take your time reading, bro.
Keep going.
Yeah.
That's about verse 13.
Keep going, bro.
Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer?
Yeah, who will pity a charmer? So it's basically saying, if you trust a so-called white man, right, and if you set him by your side, he's gonna plan to overtake you and throw you into a pit. So who will pity a charmer, right? Who's gonna pity a guy that plays with a snake,
Cobras.
or a scorpion, right? You playing with the so-called white man. This is what he do. This is the treaty breaker, right? This is the atomic bomber. You know what I mean? This is the raper. This is the robber.
You play with fire, you're gonna get
You
burnt.
play with fire, you gonna get burnt, man. You asking Esau for help? You asking Donald Trump for help? You asking the devil for help? If you ask the devil for help, he gonna come along to help you. What do you want him to do? The scripture said the thief come not to steal and to kill, man. What do you want him to do? This man was programmed to steal and to kill, to rape, rob, and destroy. He's the executioner. He's the master of disaster, man. What do you want him to do? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 13. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him, and his sins, who will pity him?
Yeah, Esau is a sinner. So you want to, like what the brother brought out earlier, you want to go attach yourself to Esau, right? You're going to defile yourself with Esau.
Keep going.
He talking about, Puerto Ricans join the American military. You want to join the American military, you're going to die right alongside with the Americans, other jackasses that's in the military. The hell with the American military, man. The hell with murdering, man.
That's right.
Every fellow's not with that, man. We've come to the lowest of vibrations to we think that patriotic and joining the military is supposed to get you in good with the so-called white man. Oh, you're a patriot, you dying for your country. Oh, fuck this place, man. This is Babylon the Great, man. Fuck America, man. Ain't nobody, if we gonna die for something, die for righteousness, man.
That's right.
Be a murderer for the truth, man.
That's right.
For Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's right.
Ain't nobody gonna die for the devil, so he could go over there, ship you to Afghanistan, so you could guard poppy seeds to send opiates and dope to huge pharmaceutical companies to ship them back here to the States to have people hooked off of drugs, man.
And it's been proven. It's been proven that they've been doing that, man. We know people that was in the military that told us, big black duffel bags going to planes and helicopters, and they out there standing in front of a goddamn field all day, man.
Right.
You know? So it's been testified, man.
That's right.
It's evident. Almost 90% of the world's opiate comes from Afghanistan, man. Go ahead, brother.
The scripture says, though join hand in hand, the wicked shall not be punished. So basically, if you join Esau, you're going to go down with Esau. Verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sin, who will pity. Verse 15, for a while he will abide with thee,
For
but
a
if
while he
thou,
gonna buy with you because he looking for his common interest, so he gotta swoo you. But these days of being swayed and hit with the okie doke, the banana and the tailpipe are over. Us coming out here doing this lessons is indicative to that, man. Them days of being fooled by the so-called white man are over. It's over for this guy,
White
dude.
supremacy is at an all-time low.
It's dead. White supremacy is dead, and these were the tricks that he used, man.
Yeah.
He deceived us, but these days are over, man. It's time to wake the hell up.
lift it up, yeah.
No.
It says, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
Yeah, if you begin to fall, right? Puerto Rico is falling, right? Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 16, an enemy speaks sweetly with his lips.
He speaks. We're gonna help out Puerto Rico. That's what Trump said. We're gonna help him out. We're gonna help out Puerto Rico. Win, motherfucker.
Never.
Go ahead, bro.
But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Yeah, in his mind, he's first of all, he don't care about Puerto Rico. Second of all, he's thinking about how can we screw these people, man? How can what are we gonna get out of it?
That's right, and that's why this said they have Puerto Rico filed for bankruptcy
It wasn't that long.
couple months ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now Donald Trump don't want to help because he felt like if he helped Puerto Rico, basically it's not good for the U.S. It's taking money out of the U.S. economy and bringing it to Puerto Rico.
And that's on a carnal level. On a
That's-
spiritual note, he's just the enemy.
That's right.
He's just the enemy.
That's right. Correct.
Go ahead, brother.
Let me say it again. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find
Yeah, weak with his eyes. You know what that means? That means you want some bullshit. Like back in the day, you'll make a bet, but you'll put your hands behind your back and cross your fingers, or you'll be saying something, winking to somebody else, meaning you hitting them with the old.
wolf tickets.
Yeah, you're lying. You're bearing false witness. Go ahead.
It says he will. But if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
Yeah, speak on that, bro.
Yeah, if adversity come to thee, thou shalt find man first, because this is how it is, right? Whatever there's a calamity that happen in every small nation, like the poorest nation, though that's not really on top, you will always find the United States there first at the very beginning. If you look at I'm sure in Haiti, Haiti is a prime example, you know, because when the earthquake happened in Haiti, Esau was the first person to get into Haiti. You know how the scripture the bottom read earlier when he said, if you don't find anything, that will give him nothing.
Yeah.
I forgot. I paraphrased
I got it right here.
Can you read it one more time?
Hey, real quick, not only that, Esau wouldn't even let nobody else into Haiti. You had Cuba, you had Russians, you had Chinese people saying that they were trying to get into Haiti because they had aid, and Esau wouldn't allow them to get in there.
And I'm going to tell you exactly why he wouldn't allow them to get in there. And
This is verse 4
yeah.
of Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee.
Prophet. Go ahead.
But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
If thou have nothing, he will forsake the keyword prophet. Now, the reason why Esau went down there because he found something that benefit him. And what did he find out was benefit him? The oil. Because when the Levite discovered the oil down there and the woman went around, you know, Esau that was in there spying the land, he went and told the heads up.
Yeah.
And then they quickly sent troop military down to Haiti in a heartbeat, just to seize the oil and the gold. And then when China tried to offer help, when Russia tried to come in, other countries, they blocked them off. Because why? Because they didn't want them to take part of that profit. That's why the Esau was down there. Whatever there's adversity, that's where he's going to see Esau. And in every country around the world, Esau will always go in those countries and try to know the other people's business.
Order out of chaos, bro.
Order out of chaos. Meanwhile, you got the people in his homeland suffering, but he don't care about them.
Because Can I say something?
Go ahead.
There's nothing to gain here.
Yeah,
That's why he don't care about the people here,
Mm-hmm.
because he already raped, robbed, and pillaged this land.
The whole, yeah.
Okay, over there in Puerto Rico, it's the same thing. He already raped and pillaged that land over there. The only thing he can hope of now is getting those people off of there, and selling that land to the highest
That's
bidder.
exactly what it
That's
is.
what it
Because
is.
what they're gonna do is them stocks are gonna go down.
Yeah.
The property is gonna go down. Esau's gonna come in, buy that property up, pennies on the dollar, and sell it off at high prices when they want to. That's his plan.
That's
So
his
Heavenly
plan.
Father has a different plan.
That's right.
I mean, but yeah, like that's